Why, hello and welcome everybody. It is Pohx again. So, in our previous video, we kind of talked about the Atlas and, I was kind of going over explaining how shaped strategies work and whatnot. And in this video, I want to cover the recipe because I forgot to explain the recipe as to how to downgrade and unshape your maps. But more importantly, we're going to be talking about Sextants in this one. That's right, the type of sex you use with a tent. And the purpose of Sextants, and etc. So first off, in the Hardcore Breach League, I'm going to tell you the average going rate of Sextants, just so you guys can kind of get a feel on it. Master Cartographer Sextants are about 4 Chaos. Journeyman Cartographer Sextants are about 1.5 to 2 Chaos. And I don't know Apprentice ones yet, because the price fluctuates so much on them. So before I start, I want to go ahead and explain the recipe that I meant to put in the other video, but I'll put it in a thumbnail. But just, for the sake of showing it, I do want to show you guys the recipe, because you'll need this basically in the future, because all this kind of goes together. So there's going to be 2 recipes that we're going to be doing. One recipe is going to be used to downgrade, is going to be used to downgrade a tier on the Atlas, or remove, I guess you could say remove it, sorry, remove it. The other one is going to be with the removing the Shaper Orb. So, if you want to downgrade a map, meaning you want to completely remove it, you need to spend 3 of the tier of the Sextant. So if it's a white map, you use an Apprentice. If it is a Journeyman map, you would use a Journeyman. And if it is a Master, you would use a Master. Fair enough? And then if you want to unshape, then you would use 20 Chisels and a Regret Orb, which would make you an Unshaping Orb. Now, an example of what these would do, if you use an Unshaping Orb on a shaped map, it pulls the tier back down 5 levels and puts the Shaper Orb back on the Atlas for you to, complete again. If you were to knock off a map, so for example, say I don't want Catacombs, I use 3 Journeymans and a Scour and remove Catacombs, the bonus goes away and the map is completely erased. So like here, for example, I used to have Vault, I completely erased it off. Now the purpose for doing this is talked about in the last video, so I'd highly recommend for you guys to check that out specifically. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and move on to the Sextants and the purpose of them, and what the whole fucking reason is for doing them. So by manipulating Sextants and using them properly, you can pull out things like this, multiple 6-links. I know these aren't good, but as an example of how rare they would normally be, you can find multiple 6-links per map if you do it correctly. So we're going to go ahead and use Ashenwood as an example, because Ashenwood is a map that I really like to run. So if you look at Ashenwood, the things surrounding it would be 3 maps, right, plus itself. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is pull out 3 plus my Master. Now, I recommend personally, and I don't have anything 100% guaranteed, like perfect facts. I can just tell you based off my performance. I always start with the red Sextant first, and the purpose for this is 1, it's the most expensive, and 2, is because you cannot have the same mods. So for example, if I use a Journeyman Cartographer Sextant here, and it says, for example, area contains additional fire monsters, my red Sextant cannot roll additional fire monsters, and that's bad. And the reason why is, since this is more expensive, you want to make sure you get the good rolls on them first, so you don't have to roll against them last. So let's use an example here. Okay, this is an example of something that is complete shit. The reason why I say this is because, to me, like, this gives clear speed, so I guess it's okay, it's clear speed, but I'm not really looking for it. I'd prefer to have something more like, mob density. So I'm going to go ahead and re-roll this. Alright, here's an example of something that I like. Players and monsters take 10% increased physical damage. Okay, so that hurts you, right? You take 10% increased physical damage. However, area contains additional monsters that deal physical damage. That area that contains additional monsters scales off your pack size rolls. So that's why it's very important to do this. And they can drop maps as well. So, now what we're going to go ahead and do is try to buff up our Ashenwood even more. Unique bosses are accompanied by bodyguards and additional map drops upon completing areas. So this isn't too bad. This gives you a guaranteed map drop. You don't know exactly what tier it is. I personally haven't found the bodyguards to be the best, but it's okay. It's nothing too bad, so we're going to skip and move to the next ones. Area contains hunted traders. I honestly have absolutely no clue what that is. So I'm just going to pass by and roll another one here. Alright. Magic maps contain additional magic monsters, normal maps contain additional normal monsters, and rare maps contain additional rare monsters. This is another good one because it's adding additional rare monsters and or, you know, whatever it is that you're doing. This again will help you increase your map drop rate. Map drop rate is very important because it forces you to get your shaped maps, which cost so much more than regular maps. So on top of doing that, I want to go ahead and move to shore to give you a better example as well. So in my shore map, we've got magic monsters contain additional magic we've got the same mod up here, the one we have right here, for example. Rare maps contain additional rare monsters. That's what we're going to use as an example, right? Here we have it as well, and it is on our catacombs. So we still need to hit it on our shore. So let's pop our shore with one. Area is inhabited by one additional invasion boss. I think that that is a poo-poo one, so I'm going to re-roll it. Area contains additional monsters. That's always an important one. Additional monsters that convert when killed. So I'm going to use it on my coves now as well because it will hit the shore. Area is inhabited by one additional invasion boss. I'm going to re-roll that. Players and monsters take 10% increased physical damage. Area contains additional monsters that deal chaos damage. Again, with the additional rolls. So let's go ahead and try to add another one. So I know this looks confusing, but there's no sextant on here, and you can tell because there's no highlighted text. That's one easy way to tell. So let's apply it. Players take 10% increased damage while stationary. Players deal 100% increased damage while stationary. That's actually really good for my blight, but I'm not really too concerned because I don't need damage. Remember, we're trying to get additional monsters. Area contains 30 additional clusters of mysterious barrels. This is also another unique one because it doesn't tell you what is in the barrels. However, once you enter the map, you can kind of figure it out. Either it's going to be like bearers, if not bears, it could be like additional monster spawns. So this is another one that could potentially be very good. Let's pop in the last one, which is Oltex. Area contains additional monsters that deal fire damage. So I'm actually going to re-roll this one here and try to get additional monsters. Let's see, 100% increased onslaught effect. It doesn't matter to me. I got the same one again with the stationary bullshit. Area. Area contains additional poisonous monsters. Alright, so it looks like we are pretty much good to go. My shore map has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mods on it. Additionally, I could unlock my Ivory Temple, but I don't want to because then it contests my Tier 12 maps, which would be in Ashenwood, for example. So now, an example of exactly what it did to my shore. I'm going to go ahead and pull one out. So I've got a map here that is monsters deal 101 extra damage as lightning, and it's got Beyond on it, essentially. It doesn't even have a pack size roll, right? There's not even a pack size roll. This is a prime reason why I want to show this. So let me also pull out some sacrifice fragments to go all out on the map. 1, 2, 3. And we are also going to Beyond it for a double Beyond. Alright. Oops. Let me show you guys the density of this shore map with no pack size. Alright. Is this the good barrels? I don't even know if it's the good ones. So, one really, what is that? I don't know what that is, but it looks like it's worth a lot according to my loot filter. Oh, look at that. We found a Heretic's Veil. So we made 100 chaos already from this map. I promise this is not staged. You guys know me. I don't edit things. Yes, it was a lucky find, but, you know, just an example of what happens when you add ridiculous density. Here you go. As you can see, here's the additional fire monsters. Here's the additional chaos. Here's the monsters coming out of the barrels. Here's the monsters that can be converted. So let's just pop all of this here. And the reason why people choose, or for example, I choose to double Beyond, is because all of the monsters that you're spawning from the Sextants will proc your Beyond as well. Excuse me? Excuse me, Mr. Haas, can you not? Thank you. Let me go ahead and just do this vegan mission really fast. Now this method, again, does not have to be done with shore. You can literally do whatever, you can do this method with pretty much whatever you want, as long as you follow the rule set of the Sextants. And for a list of all the Sextants that are good, I can't really tell you that. This is kind of just like, you know, like my first video specifically on this. But I would recommend pulling up the wiki, and I can link that down below in the description for you guys, and you kind of want to check out anything that adds additional monsters for you, because that's huge. So we already got our return. There's a shape shore. Here's going to be some really good return. On just in general. Siphonoth. Okay, so now the next step, if you guys want to get the 6 links, which I'll see if I can actually upload that clip to YouTube that I got multiple 6 links out of. What you would do to get multiple 6 links is there is actually a mod on the Sextants that you can get. I've gotten it on the Journeyman and I've gotten it on the Red tiers, which states unique monsters drop corrupted items. So for people who don't understand how that works, when an item is corrupted, it essentially has, and I could be wrong here, but I'm pretty sure this is how it works. It has an additional chance of the item it has an additional chance of the item itself to become, you know, 6-socketed and or 6-linked or 5-linked, etc. So normally the map mod is, the Sextant is not very good because, you know, when you think of how many unique monsters you fight in a map, it's what, maybe 2, 1. You know, you've got your boss, maybe you'll get an occasional exile. But when you're doing things like double beyond, right, and you're spawning 20, 30, 40 like bosses per, every single one of those bosses gets to roll against the 6-links every single time on a corrupted one. And when you do that, you'll just, like, here's an example. There's two uniques off the guy already. You end up just getting so many 6-links. And even if a lot of them you don't end up using, they still flip and sell for a divine, which is awesome. And also with Breach, you'll see, you just get so many. Like, there is a Beyond boss, he just went poop. And the Breach just complements this so well, since the Breach mobs themselves can actually, you know, create Beyond bosses. Oh, we're about to get some boom boom over here. We're about to get some big boy boom booms. Okay. Let's do some more boom booms. Not to mention, this is also a very good way to level up. Since you are killing so many monsters, you're getting absolutely wonderful experience. Now, for me personally, I'm not getting like the best XP per hour because I'm sure you guys know I'm not really in it for the clear speed. I just figured that this suits my type of character very, very well, and the reason for it is I'm not built on clear speed. I'm built to survive. You know, I'm playing in hardcore, and I'm playing a very odd skill as, you know, Blight. So for me, having just insane amounts of density works so much in my favor. Rather than just clearing, you know, a map really quickly, I could do something like this. And, you know, like I said, I make a lot of money out of it, and I've always gotten returns back. Oh shit, where is, alright, there was Host. Nice. So again, to go over some of the Sextant mods that you would want, there would be additional monsters as fire, additional monsters as cold, additional monsters as lightning, additional monsters as chaos. I think there's one that poisons, which you could see probably on this map mod. Mysterious barrels are interesting because the way they work is they roll immediately when you get in. So for example, I'm going to hit all of these, and you'll see all the mobs pop out. Well, they died, but you'll see all the mobs actually pop up out of there. But sometimes it could be something completely different. And if that's the case, you can just re-roll your Sextant. So when you get out of the map, you just roll over like I was doing. And that'll just help you out again. So anyway, I hope this video helped you guys out. Remember as well that inside your maps, always roll your strong boxes. Strong boxes give great return, especially if you're doing things like Double Beyond. And some easy things to look for is you just want to get like additional rare monsters, and or if you don't want rare monsters, you could do additional magic monsters. Like I said before, I hope that this video helps you guys out. I hope you can, you know, reign in 6 sockets like myself and just casually find Heretic Veils while you're making YouTube videos because, you know, we all want money, right? Hashtag feels good. It's the new year. Anyway, if you did like the video, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe, and I will do my best to get those other videos linked either in a playlist or I'll just put them in the description so you guys can kind of bounce towards those as well. Hope you guys have a wonderful time, and I'll see you boys all tomorrow. Look at that, Shape Strand, even more return. So take care, boys, and thanks for watching.